Hi everyone, I'm your host, and today I will be telling you guys the Champions League final happening literally tomorrow. So 5 days ago when I was making a video about the Europa League final, I said that in like 5-6 days I'll be making Champions League final predictions. Well, now I'm making it, so let's get right into it. Yep, the Champions League final 2025 in Munich, Allianz Arena, Paris Saint-Germain versus Internazionale Milano. So I can't wait for the Champions League final. It's happening tomorrow. I'm so excited. But who do I think is going to win that Champions League final tomorrow? Um, so let's talk about PSG's road to the final. So PSG, I believe they finished like around like the end of the league phase, I think, and then they beat Brest. Yeah, there's a team called Brest. I would say I will call them Brestois. So there's a team that they knocked out in the knockout stages. I mean the knockout playoffs, called Brestois, and then in the round of 16 they beat Liverpool, and in the quarterfinal they knocked out Aston Villa, and in the semi-final they knocked out Arsenal. Yes, they knocked out almost every single English team in the Champions League, and they made to the final. So and then Inter the road, I believe they finished like in the top eight, and yeah they did, and then they knocked out in the round of 16 Feyenoord, and then in the quarterfinals it was Bayern Munich, and then in the semi-final against Barcelona. So and now here they are in the final against PSG. So who do I think is going to win this Champions League final? To be honest, I think it's going to be PSG. I don't know why. I just have that feeling that it's going to be PSG because, this year is the year of the underdogs. 2025 have been a very crazy year. There's a lot of clubs who have been winning their first trophies in their whole entire history, or their first trophies in like so many years. And this time, I think PSG are going to win the Champions League. They will win their first ever Champions League trophy, because it's the year of underdogs. Newcastle, they won a trophy after 70 years, and also Bologna won a trophy after 51 years, and also Crystal Palace who won the FA Cup. They won the FA Cup this year, and that was their first ever major trophy. And then also they also go ahead Eagles. They won their first ever Dutch Cup after 90 93 years. Like that's something. That's a very long time ago to go trophyless. But yeah, also Tottenham, also they won their trophy after 17 years. But yeah, who would I think is going to win this Champions League? I think it's going to be PSG because of the year of the underdogs. There's so many teams right now. They have been winning their first trophies. So I think it's going to be PSG. But yeah, my prediction is that PSG are going to win the Champions League 2025 in Munich in Allianz Arena. Sorry, Inter. Inter, they have been in the Champions League final, 2 years ago, which they lost to Man City. But yeah, I think it'll happen again. I'm sorry. I think it's gonna happen again. I think PSG are going to win this Champions League. Maybe also Inter. Not gonna lie. Maybe also Inter. 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 They could also prove me wrong, but I just think that's going to be not Barcelona. I think it's going to be PSG who'll win it. So yeah, PSG. My prediction to win the Champions League. So I will see you guys probably maybe next year. Yeah, next year. So goodbye.